Alrighty, well, come on in, everyone. Do what we can. Let's see. I think it was we're denying Ado, which probably just kills us right away. Reject him. Sorry, Ado, but I get it. You don't have to spell it out.
Huh?
What?
Oh.
My other senses have been greatly heightened now that I've lost my sense of sight. I already know what you're going to say next, just from your general vibe.
Huh.
I can also sense how agonizing this decision is for you, so it is, you don't have to say anymore. I'm not interested in putting you in yet another painful position. Ado, who could blame you for not wanting me to join, right? Those glitched memories embedded in me may have been the root cause, but it doesn't change the fact that I chose to do what I did. But you destroyed your own eyes, too.
Huh.
I did it because I wanted to, and certainly not to garner sympathy. I knew something like this wasn't going to be enough to regain your trust. I knew it wouldn't conveniently make us friends again. I knew all this, but I still couldn't stop myself from holding out hope. I may lie to people on the outside, but I never lied to myself. It goes against my nature. Now that that's settled, if you'll allow this public nuisance to be the hasty retreat. Retreat? Where? You're gonna leave with your eyes like that? The invaders will get you. Your ugly concern is most gratifying, but there is no need to spare me any. Like I mentioned, my other senses have been greatly heightened. I expect to have no issues handling any invaders I come across.
Oh.
Also, this won't be my first time leaving the academy. I probably know more about the outside world than any of you. Still too dangerous. Just because I don't want you back on the team doesn't mean I want to force you to leave the whole school. If you promise to stay in your cell and not interfere with any of us, you can stay. Have you forgotten this facility was built for the Special Defense Unit? It is no place for someone who doesn't belong. Am I right, Sirai?
Yeah.
Atsuki is correct. Anyone not recognized as an ally is naturally viewed as a dangerous element. An element that can only work to our detriment and never to our benefit. Therefore, he must leave. That makes it easier for me to get over my feelings too, now that I no longer have to put up with your unbearable voices and smell. You little piece of chicken shit, always the same right down to the end. I shall be responsible for seeing you off. I expect you haven't gotten used to your newfound blindness yet and may need a little bit of help getting around. This is my duty and obligation as your commanding officer. The commanding officer has spoken. The rest of you can just stay put. Not like I could see your hideous mugs even if you did come. Besides, there is something I need to speak about in private with Siri before I leave. With me, If you don't mind, consider it my last wish.
Yeah.
Very well, you may tell me along the way. You are still considered a member of the Special Defense Unit while on school grounds. Thank you, very much obliged.
This is goodbye. Forever. You miserable freaks. And you may not think me sincere when I say this, but I pray from the bottom of my heart that you will win this war. Good luck.
After that, under Siri's guidance, I made my way carefully through Last Defense Academy in total darkness.
Yeah.
There are a few days worth of rations as... Or here are a few days worth of rations as a farewell gift from me.
Huh.
Wow, this is surprisingly thoughtful coming from someone who only really cares about victory. I continued conversing with Siri as I walked next to him in darkness. It may have been the first time we had ever spoken at leisure.
Huh.
Manifestation of guilt for embedding those glitches into my brain? The effects were inevitable. The brain, especially the human brain, is a complicated organ no one completely understands yet.
Huh.
It was no mean feat getting everyone combat ready with the limited time and resources available to us. There was no time for multiple rounds of tests or verifications, although we did conduct an endless amount of simulations. Yet, even with that, out came someone like me. I don't know what to call this but destiny. After Siri and I finished talking, I left Last Defense Academy behind. I remained cautious of my bedarkened surroundings as I moved through the city ruins using my feet to feel the rubble. Even though I had proudly declared that I could handle myself, moving around in total darkness was still rather mentally straining. Darkness. 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 Everywhere I went, I was greeted by pure, unadulterated darkness, with not a speck of light to be found. I couldn't be sure what was on the road ahead of me. Did anybody come see me off, even though I said there was no need? Maybe someone watched me walking away from school until they could see me no more.
Huh.
No, that's not possible. What am I hoping for? Nobody there cares about me. I'm nothing but a traitor, bugged to betray. But then again, this terrible defect reflected the repulsiveness of its creator, mankind itself. And I was equally repulsive for allowing them to lead me by the nose all this time. By the time I realized that, it was way too late to do anything about it. I kept walking. My destination was second to Last Defense Academy. Siri had given me directions on how to get there when I left. He said it would give me a place to hide from inclement weather, and that there were probably leftover rations there as well. Siri likely told the others I would be heading there. Once they learn I won't be ending up in a ditch somewhere. Those who had been even the tiniest bit concerned about my welfare would surely be able to breathe easier. Personally, I'd rather they not feel a single shred of guilt even if anything should happen to me. They didn't chase me out. I had decided on my own that I would leave. Although Syria had given me directions, wandering through the ruins without sight, I couldn't tell for the life of me whether I was even going in the right direction. But if I wanted to keep going, I had to put faith in the path I had drawn up in my mind. There was also one more thing keeping me going. I wanted to witness how things would turn out for the others on day 100. They were special to me, even if we didn't manage to become friends. To someone like me, who used to be disgusted at the mere thought of having to coexist with hideous humans, I now knew those were just fake memories implanted into me. Still, these were people with whom I had spent a staggering amount of time. Even after discovering they were actually empty inside, that everything had been lies built on lies, they still chose to support each other and blaze a trail through destiny. There was nothing we could trust, nobody we could lean on. Fake memories, fake goals, fake backgrounds, fake families, fake friends, fake love, and fake hatred. Empty vessels made of fabricated falsehoods. That was all we were. What could such people even believe in? Yet they chose to believe in each other and to fight for each other to the end. Their revolting appearance, smell, and voices still disgusted me to no end. But the feelings of camaraderie they shared was as real as they came. Watching them had made me forget all I had done and start wishing I could be a part of that too. But they weren't naive. Gouging my eyes out as a show of my commitment was never going to be enough to convince them to let a repeat traitor like me onto the team. I had been ready to face rejection, but deep down, for just a short fleeting moment, I entertained the thought that they might forgive me after all.
Huh.
Such an indulgent thought that was. When had I become so naive? But now was not the time to dwell on such thoughts. I had to focus on walking. I'd arrive somewhere as long as I kept going. All I could do now was to keep walking and pray that I would eventually reach the second campus. Pray no god would listen to the prayers of an empty shell like me. Phew. Darkness clung to me. From the skies above to the ground below, all I could see was unadulterated darkness. No gradients, no flickering, just plain darkness. I read in a book that humans invented fire out of their fear of the darkness of night. When I read that, I mocked them as weaklings in my mind. The birth of fire led to the birth of war. Humans would burn themselves up in the very same fire they sought. There would have been peace had they not created such a thing and simply endured the darkness of night. How weak and hideous. I remember thinking that once. Now, however, I knew how wrong I had been. It was not that they feared the night or failed to endure the darkness. They were afraid to not have light by their side. For light represented hope itself. And these eyes of mine would never see light again. Why was I feeling sad about that, when I utterly despised everything I saw in this world? Day 8 something. Oh, this place. After a few days of non-stop walking, I stepped into a facility that felt all too familiar to me.
Huh.
Right, this is... It would appear that I had managed to reach second to last academy after all. To be honest, I was beginning to wonder if Siri had deliberately given me the wrong directions.
Huh.
I guess he's not as wicked as I've imagined. I naturally drifted in the direction of the cafeteria once I was inside. The layout of the school was almost exactly the same as the other one, like I had been told. This place would shield me from the elements as I waited out the remaining days. There would be no fighting. I only had to wait here in safety until the missiles were launched and everything was over. But there were over 10 days left. I'd have to live in darkness until then. Or there was a faster way to end things. I opened the heavy bag I had been carrying and traced my finger along what was inside. I knew what it was, even though I couldn't see it. An undying flame bomb Siri had developed. Activated using hemoanima and powerful enough to take out even Veshness. This miniaturized version was still more than capable of reducing a human body to ashes. Where's Cheese when I need her? Yeah, that's... 1 second. I want to send this to... Skin, bones, hair, everything would disappear. If Veshness comes for you, I would like you to use this before she absorbs your cryptoglobin. That was what Siri said when he handed this to me. However, I was not able to discern his true agenda. Did he really want me to blow myself up and take out Veshness with me, or was he simply giving me a tool to euthanize myself like an animal? There you are. I ran my finger over the detonator. Everything would end when I pressed this button while infusing hemoanima into it. I would be freed from it all. Free from my fake memories, false hatred, and empty existence. Free from the man called Edo Otsuki.
Press it. Come on. It's all you have to do. Why can't you just press it?
My finger wouldn't respond, no matter how loudly and harshly I berated myself. Even though I knew pushing the button was all I needed to do to be freed from this pain, I still couldn't do it. Wanting to witness how things turned out for the Special Defense Unit was merely an excuse. The actual reason I couldn't do it was because... When I realized what this feeling was, I had to laugh despite myself. I was afraid. Afraid, fearful, spooked, daunted, anxious, just scared stiff. Death frightened me even when I had nothing to live for. How could I not laugh at the irony of that? Death was no different from a life without purpose. Yet I feared it. I put the bomb on the floor, my hands trembling. Then I sat down on the floor as well and leaned against the wall. As I did, the fatigue from the few days of walking got to me, and I felt groggy all of a sudden. My consciousness disconnected in the silent darkness. Wouldn't it be nice if death visited me now, so that I would simply slip into an eternal slumber, never to awaken again? But no, I would never be allowed to enjoy such a peaceful end. 2 days later from 8 something. What was that? An unfamiliar voice screaming. I knew something was wrong when I woke up to that. I could always pretend like nothing had happened, but my feet were already moving in the direction of the screams. As I ran, the smell of fire was so intense it was burning my nose. It was the stench of fighting. The screaming was coming from multiple people. Were they trying to get away from something? I ran into the schoolyard and focused my hearing on what was happening outside the school. could hear multiple sets of footsteps getting closer. Since I couldn't see their exact locations, I simply waved in the general direction of the sounds. Over here. I kept waving. That seemed to work. The frantic footsteps became louder and louder. I raised my hands to indicate I wasn't holding any weapons. As I did, the approaching group stopped a distance away from me. They were panting hard, as if they had been running for a long time. Wait a minute. Who are these people? Definitely not the Special Defense Unit. Are they natives of this planet? Were you being chased? By whom? Nobody answered me. I didn't even know if we spoke the same language. Couldn't have been Takumi or the others chasing them, so invaders?
Huh.
You can hide here if you want. This place was destroyed a while ago. It's unlikely anyone will come looking for you here. Still no response, but I could sense they were listening to me.
Oh.
The cafeteria here is stocked with more than enough food for all of us. The mystery group wasn't moving at all. I didn't even hear them whispering among themselves. They were probably communicating with each other non-verbally. Or maybe they were trying to decide who would get to attack me first. After all, to the natives of this planet, I was the invader. In case you haven't noticed, I'm blind. I don't know how many of you are here, and obviously won't be able to attack you. Still no response.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm heading back inside. Follow me if you intend to hide here. I turned my back on the mystery group and started walking. I was completely defenseless. If they'd killed me, they could have this hiding spot all to themselves. Yet they followed after me politely. When I staggered, they would even stop and wait out of consideration for me. One step at a time, I went farther into the building with a hand on the wall, taking care to use a route that could not be seen from the outside. Finally, I found myself back in the cafeteria with the mystery group in tow.
Huh.
This place should be safe. You can eat anything you find here. After that, I went back to my usual spot and sat down again. Hmm? Where was my bag? I remember I had left it here. I felt around the floor next to me with my right hand for the bag that contained the undying flame bomb. Where was it? Where could it be? Something heavy suddenly fell into my lap. Someone had placed something there. I gingerly touched it with my fingertips. It was my bag.
Huh.
He found it for me. I asked my surroundings but received no response, like always. I then put the bag on my shoulders so that I would never lose it again. Leaning against the wall, I let my hearing take over. I heard the sound of rummaging for food. It didn't seem like they were interested in attacking me for now. It was likely they would leave once the enemies that were after them went away. Then I would be back to waiting for day 100 here all alone, so that I could witness the ending that everyone made for themselves. Sometime later, I heard the sound of a can being opened. I guess they decided to eat the food that was here. They sat a cautious distance away, but were still close enough to keep an eye on me. I hoped they got to eat something they liked at least. Since I couldn't see, I couldn't even choose the kind of food I wanted to eat. That reminded me of the 5 cans of pickled fish I had to eat in a row last night. I inadvertently nodded off, even though I hadn't been feeling particularly sleepy. And thus I fell asleep while being surrounded by an unknown number of natives. Perhaps it was because I felt no animosity from them. I could sense they were friends as they huddled closely together to eat and rest in this unknown place. Maybe they were sharing their favorite foods with each other. Maybe they were exchanging jokes with each other so quietly that I couldn't hear it. Whatever it was, the atmosphere was like a comfortable blanket over me, warming me up and making me sleepy. like something I once had myself up until a short while ago. How did ha- how did I not realize sooner what a beautiful thing that had been? Somebody was shaking my shoulders. I sensed that I had been surrounded by a few people who were looking down at me.
Huh.
What is it?
Why are you here?
It was the voice of a child, a young girl who seemed to be about 8 to 9. A native of this planet, a futurine child. Thinking back, I realized I had never met anyone from this planet before, neither during any defensive battles nor when I was with Veshness. Had they been isolated from the war, maybe in a shelter of sorts like the Tokyo residential complex?
Why are you alone?
The girl asked again. Since she was speaking as their representative, they were likely a group of children. I could sense weariness in her tone of voice. It was as if this was a tense cross-examination and my responses would determine their next course of action. Well, one thing led to another and I wasn't allowed to stay with my friends anymore. That's why I came here by myself. Why? What happened? I did something bad and ended up hurting the others. That's why I can't stay with them anymore. On hearing me say something bad, the girl took one step back, an astute decision. Were you forced out? No, I went away of my own free will. I don't know why we need a flashback. It was so like Takumi to say that, in fact, his words made me waver for a brief moment. I wanted to cling to those words to selfishly feel like I had been forgiven. But it was pointless for me to stay. I don't belong there. I could never ever forgive myself for doing the unforgivable to them. That's why I had to leave. You can't go back anymore?
Huh.
No, I can't go back anymore. That's why I'm here.
Huh.
What about you? Were you being chased by something? At that, I could hear murmuring from behind the girl. They seemed to be discussing whether or not to reveal the answer to me. We can't go back either. Why not?
Because we broke our promise.
She sounded so very sad. I didn't know what the other Futurans looked like, having only seen the commanders. But it seemed like they felt sadness the same way we did.
Huh.
What promise did you break? We were told not to go outside, but we all went anyway because we thought we'd be okay. But we got lost and ended up in an unfamiliar place. Monsters kept chasing us and we got farther and farther away from home.
Huh.
That was how you ended up here? I think she must have nodded. There were other people living on this planet besides the commanders and invaders. At the very least, these children probably had nothing to do with the war. Since they were being pursued, they were likely targets as well. They were targets, even though they had no way of fighting back, unlike us.
Huh.
You don't know how to go back? No. There should be a map somewhere in this facility. If you can find it, you may be able to find a way back home. I wish I could help you look for it, but as you can see, I won't be very helpful in that department. So feel free to look for it yourselves. The children, other than the girl in front of me, immediately scattered about in all directions, likely taking my advice to look for the map. There had to be a map somewhere around, since maps were indispensable for warfare. They would surely find one if they split up. And once they did, they were likely to depart by tomorrow, leaving me alone to wait for the end by myself. I heard a soft thud next to me, an indication that the girl in front had moved to sit down next to me. She was so close that I could touch her if I just stretched my hand out. You're being way too trusting here, Missy. Or maybe she felt like I posed no danger because I couldn't see.
No chance of forgiveness.
Uh,
Oh, you mean me?
Mm.
Yeah, aren't you sad you can't go back?
Hmm.
Nah, it's too late for me. Why?
uh,
Good question.
uh,
Because the mistake I made was too big to be atoned for. Nobody will forgive me. That's why I can't go back. Okay. She started chomping down ravenously on an open can of food. Most likely, these children simply wanted to take a peek at what was going on outside and had not planned to end up so far away from home. The possibility of not being able to make it back would have never occurred to them since they broke their promise to the adults out of mere curiosity.
Maybe we won't be forgiven too.
She wondered out loud as she ate her food. Not being able to make it back home was not the only worry on these children's minds. They also feared that, like me, they wouldn't be allowed back into the fold again.
Oh.
I could immediately think of a number of encouraging statements I had gleaned from the books that I had read. But then I would be lying to them, something I was averse to doing to these children. However, that also meant that I now had nothing comforting to say to her, being someone unforgiven myself. In the end, I simply kept quiet, and she too said nothing more after that. When the children who had gone searching returned, they huddled back together. Their whispering voices eventually became softer and softer until everyone fell asleep. With a hand on the bomb in my lap, I eventually drifted into slumber as well.
Wake up!
Huh? I jolted awake when I felt my arm being tugged on.
Oh.
What happened? Come with us. The children were already awake, but something was clearly wrong. They were as panicked as they had been when they first came here. They pulled me outside second to last defense academy. As I felt the wind on my skin, I could also smell the scent of blood mixed with it. Look there. I'm sorry, but I can't see. I felt her hand that had been pulling me along suddenly let go as if she had forgotten that I was blind.
Huh.
Can you describe what's going on? The monsters are coming this way. I think they've realized there are people here.
Oh.
Too many. Too many to count. Some of the children were shouting while the others were trying to calm themselves down. Some started crying and others got angry. Nobody had expected this to happen. They left their home without thinking too deeply about the consequences. It likely never crossed their minds that leaving was tantamount to breaking their promise. Now they regretted it. They wished they had never left. Now that they were facing the grim reality of death, they were starting to give up. They resigned themselves to the possibility that they might die without ever being forgiven.
Oh.
Did you find it? What? The way home. Yes, we found a map. But there's no point, we still can't go back.
Oh.
Why not? Because of the monsters? Or because you might not be forgiven for breaking your promise? No answer. Perhaps it was a little bit of both. How about this? I'll hold these monsters back and you guys run away once you find an opening. That isn't gonna work. You can't fight. Hey, you give me too little credit. I'm actually pretty strong, and I even have a weapon. But you can't see. I'll make it work somehow. Anyway, can you do what I just said?
But we broke our promise. Everyone must be so mad at us.
The sound of rumbling and stomping became louder and louder even as we spoke. I didn't need to use my enhanced hearing to know this was clearly a large army. Not as many as the ones we faced in our defensive battles, but more than enough to cause a group of helpless children to despair. Time was quickly running out. I had to convince these children to flee right now. Listen, I won't say everything will be fine. Huh? That'd be really irresponsible of me, since I have no idea if you'll be forgiven for what you did. Instead, I'll tell you something I want you to remember. Words from the bottom of my heart. From a person whose life is based on made-up memories, goals, and grudges. Feelings I hadn't been able to convey until now.
Forgiveness isn't something dispensed on the spot, but based on the actions you choose to take after the mistake. So the most important thing is, what will you do from now on?
So...
If you want forgiveness, work hard to gain it, instead of dwelling on your mistakes. While there's still time for you to redeem yourself.
What do we do from now on?
I took out my infuser and drove it into my chest. There were likely no commanders among the approaching swarm. I could take a group of minions by myself. Now, go.
But what about you?
Said, go. I shouted at them angrily. The girl bolted at my command, and the other children quickly followed. Their little footsteps eventually faded into the distance. Good. Get as far away as you can. This strategy of mine won't work otherwise. The next thing I heard was heavy stomping, indicating the invaders were marching even closer. I gripped my weapon tightly and waited for them to get close. They would be pleasantly surprised to find me here. It was quite likely they would prefer to hunt a planet invader like me over native children. The children wouldn't be pursued. They would be safe as long as I could keep the enemies here. Well, here goes nothing. Ha! I could sense my class weapon tearing the enemy apart with that swing. Good, let me follow that up with... right, left, front, back. The invaders started attacking non-stop. Whenever I felt something hit my body, I would swing my weapon in that direction. It worked because it guaranteed I would hit something. I kept repeating this while moving around. However... well, this was a shame. I thought I would have lasted longer than this. I had underestimated the sheer force of their numbers. The school invaders lunged at me as one when I left myself open after an attack. My class armor protected me, but it had its limits. Since my data had been removed from the revival-matic again, I would be killed for real if I continued fighting. But I couldn't let them kill me. They would continue chasing the children if they did. I had to take out every last invader here and now if I wanted the children to be safe. But why? Just my pride, I suppose. Even I had my pride. Ending a defective life by using it to protect someone else wasn't that bad of an idea. Although my efforts to gain forgiveness came a tad bit too late, I was still a former member of the Special Defense Unit. That said, I also knew I was fighting a losing battle. At my current strength, I couldn't fight this many enemies at once. Couldn't even be proper bait or stall for time. Only one thing left to do then. A concentrated attack knocked my class weapon out of my hand. Now you've done it. The invaders surrounded me, now defenseless, and started battering me with all their might. Excruciating pain rippled through my body despite the protection of the glass armor. I thought I might lose consciousness before death paid me a visit. The weight on top of me became heavier and heavier. More and more invaders were piling on me, so that they might kill me. That'll do. That'll do just fine. It's time.
It's time.
I reached inside the bag I had been shielding with my body and touched the button that would detonate the bomb.
Huh?
The answer to your question is yes, that is indeed possible. But what would even be the point? Very well, I assume I get to choose which memories to implant. Even though all that does is deepen the emptiness in your heart, well, I certainly won't stop you if that is what you want. I would have preferred for you to become a proper war asset instead of whatever this is.
Yeah.
That is my honest opinion. I asked Siri for a favor back then. He took me to the infirmary and carried out the requested procedure. Memory manipulation. At first, I thought about asking him to erase all of my memories. Everything would be gone: sadness, anger, remorse, everything. But it was only right for me to die as my own self, my own buggy, corrupted, and defective self. I was the burden I had to bear until the bitter end. So I made that selfish request. For non-existent memories. Memories of me having a great time with everyone. While being aware of the duplicity of these memories, that they were all lies. This is unsettling, seeing everyone. I need pictures. You know, the classic. Seeing Doremi alive, crazy. It's been ages. Rara, Kyoshika. Ava was at this scene. Yet here I was right now, surrounded by the warmth and happiness I felt back then.
Takumi. Everyone. It's unfortunate. I won't get to witness how things turn out for you. But I'm praying for your victory. No. Actually, I'm praying for your happiness. From the bottom of my heart.
Goodbye, Eito wrote, praying for your happiness. Wonderful. Yeah, I didn't think that would last that long. I'm surprised he lasted, what, left night of 83 or 82. He survived 5 days being blind wandering around. That is pretty crazy. I want another bad ending. One that I know won't take long. by Eito. Again. Eito has to die. He's not normal. I'll never be able to trust anything he says. The things he's told us have been nothing but lies, just like last time. Everything he said and did was to sabotage us. He's the worst kind of traitor there is. I can't let him live. Why are you laughing? That look in your eyes, Takumi, such pure, undisguised hatred. What did I do to deserve such animosity? If you've become this warped by hatred, you really must be getting used to this horrible war. You're the only one here who's warped by hatred. You hate us, you hate humanity. You want to wipe us all out. We've suffered so much pain and hardship because of you. I can't even think of you as human anymore. You're more like an enemy to all mankind. In that case, shouldn't you have killed me when you had the chance? You did have the chance, remember, but you decided to show mercy instead. Or maybe, it's more like you didn't want my death on your hands. Were you too scared to kill me, Takumi? But I can see your conscience isn't going to get in the way this time. This war has made you more of a monster than ever before.
Oh.
Okay, enough chatter. It's time to finish this. Don't let him deceive or unsettle you anymore, Samino. Just deal with him. He's right, Takumi. Better follow your owner's orders like a good dog. As for the rest of you, give up on the truth and let humanity keep using you. If you step out of line, Siri will just tinker with your brain and turn you into perfect puppets anyways. Shut up, shut up. I feel like I'm going crazy just from listening to you. It's like I said, don't pay any attention to his ravings. It'll only cause you undue stress.
Yeah.
Otsuki is defective. If you're not careful, he could spread that fault to the rest of you. You need to get rid of him. Right now. Do it, Takumi. If we lock him up, he'll only get out and cause trouble again. If you don't wanna, I can take him out for you.
Oh?
I'm in favor of executing him too. This is the only way. Takumi. Pretending to be conflicted, or are you still curious about the truth? You might as well forget it. Forget about it. If you're scared of what I might do, there's no way you could handle... I lunged forward, bringing my sword down on Eito. This was the right choice, the only choice. He had to die. Just like last time. But right after I struck that final blow, Eito's hemoanima, his cryptoglobin, started flowing into me all on its own.
I'm absorbing it? No, stop! Stop, I don't want...
My vision went dark. Blood was everywhere, and deep in my chest I could feel a new violent pulsing. After a few minutes, it finally started to calm down. Takumi, are you okay? Yeah, just a little surprised. Wasn't expecting the cryptoglobin to do that. You really sucked him dry. He's just a blackened mummy now. Gross, but at least we know there's no coming back from that. It's finally over. Takumi, are you sure you're alright? Don't let this get to you, Samino. He did what had to be done.
Hey.
Although, personally, I wouldn't have minded if you were a little quicker about it.
Oh?
Seems to me like you were trying to hurry the process along back there.
Hey.
What are you implying, Shizuhara? You started to panic when Eito mentioned Earth being gone, or tinkering with our brains. Was he really just trying to rattle us? Or do you know something about all that? There's nothing to know. It was all just a bunch of nonsense he made up to confuse you. Nothing more, nothing less. I won't explain it, 'cause there's nothing to explain. But why do the commanders call us invaders? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Huh?
I think we deserve a proper answer, Sire. Traitor or not, we did just kill one of our friends for you.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping us in the dark could have a serious effect on our morale, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll give you a proper explanation for everything. Otsuki's ravings included. But not right now. You're still tired out from the battle, especially Samino. Alright, I guess we'll put this on the back burner and call it a day. No use stressing about it now. Go get some rest, all of you. Feeling exhausted in more ways than one, we returned to the school and went to our rooms for the night. Ever since I killed Ado and took his cryptoglobin, my head had felt fuzzy. Hey, I killed him. I'd killed Ado just like I did at the end of my first 100 days here. I could have taken him prisoner again. That was always an option, but instead, I'd killed him. No, it was like Takamaru said, he'd only have found a way to escape. And who knows what kind of trouble, what kind of suffering he might have caused then. I had to kill him to prevent that. It was the only way. Ado was human, though. What I'd done hadn't been like killing the regular invaders, or even the commanders. It was murder, plain and simple. But it had to be done. I had to protect the people who are dear to me. Was that all there was to it, though? I mean, I did hate Ado. I wasn't denying that. He'd sabotaged everything in my first timeline, and was trying to do the same here. That's the whole reason I traveled back in time in the first place, to stop that from happening. I tried to be merciful, I tried to do the humane thing, but he just turned on us again. How could he do that? The invaders and commanders were our enemy, but Ada was human, like us. That made his betrayal all the worse. I'd hated him. I'd wanted to kill him. Nasty, bile-stained, rotted, gutted, horrible, disgusting, revolting, stomach-churning, nauseating, vile, hideous, repulsive, grotesque, unsightly, repugnant, abominable, abominable, ugly, ugly, ugly. I let out a strangled cry. My whole body was drenched in a cold sweat. What was that just now? I felt terrible, like I was about to throw up. Was it because I'd absorbed Ado's hemo-anima without meaning to? Or was it because I'd killed a person? Too late for regrets now. I did what had to be done. I got into bed, tried to force myself not to think, and slowly but surely went to sleep.
Get ready. Prepare to be ready to give your life.
I didn't feel any better that morning. If anything, I felt worse. I was dizzy and nauseous, and I didn't like it one bit. Damn it. I got to my feet and stumbled into the bathroom. I washed my face and brushed my teeth for all the good it did me. Guess I'm not over yesterday's battle yet. I'll grab a quick bite to eat, then go back to bed.
Huh?
I should head over to the cafeteria. No one else is around. I'm the first one here today.
Huh?
They must still be tired. I'll probably sleep the day away too once I've had something to eat. Just then, I heard footsteps out in the hall. Guess I'll have someone to talk to after all. Good morning, Takumi. You're early today.
Oh.
What's the matter, Takumi? What? What the hell are you doing here? Having breakfast? Why else would I be here? But you're dead. Dead? Me? What are you talking about? I heard more footsteps outside the door. The others were coming. I raised my voice and let out a cry for help. Everyone, come quick. It's an emergency. What's the matter? What happened?
Huh.
You sure are noisy today. This had better be good. Huh? Are you okay, Takumi? You're looking really pale. No. Takumi, what's wrong? Please try to calm down. Are you still in shock from yesterday? Killing someone you used to think of as a friend must have been hard. Maybe you should go lay down in your room. Here, let me help you. Get away. Get back, all of you. Don't touch me. Takumi. Hey, Takumi. I see. We're having fun. We're getting bots. Goodbye, bots. I ran as fast as I could. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew I had to get away. I didn't stop for breath until I was back in my room, with the door firmly shut behind me. What the hell was that just now? I wasn't dreaming. It wasn't a trick of the lights. What was going on? Ada was dead. I killed him myself. The feeling of his cryptoglobin flowing into me was still fresh in my mind. His body was nothing but a dried up husk now. So why had I seen him in the cafeteria, and not just one of him, but several? Was this some kind of psychological attack? But we already beat the commander who caused hallucinations. Doesn't make sense. Why is this happening? Am I just going crazy? No, I'm probably just tired. It'll be fine, or I'll be fine after I get some sleep. Still feeling confused and disoriented, I got into bed. A quick nap would fix me right up, or so I hoped.
Hello, Takumi. Good to see you again.
Eito? You're here? But how? You're dead!
Don't get so flustered. You're making that hideous face of yours look even worse.
Is this a dream? Am I even seeing you in my sleep now?
A dream? What a very Takumi thing for you to say. If you think this is just a dream, all you have to do is wake up. Here, let me help you with that.
With that, Hato snapped his fingers.
Gah!
I sat bolt upright in bed and looked around frantically. There's no one here. So it was a dream. Well, more like a nightmare, really. I really need to get some rest. I lay back down and closed my eyes. Within a minute or two, I was asleep again. Hi, Ado.
Welcome back, Takumi.
Not again? Why are you still here?
Because this is no ordinary dream. I'm not some hallucination your cerebral cortex is conjuring up. This is the real me speaking to you. I exist here in the depths of your psyche. I'm in your head, Takumi.
In my head?
Is it such a shock? You killed me and absorbed my hemoanima. When you did that, my consciousness was also transferred into you.
That's not possible.
Normally, you'd be right. But this is hemoanima we're talking about. Making the impossible possible is a surprisingly simple matter. It really is a mysterious power, isn't it?
Oh.
But it doesn't make sense. Nothing like this happened when we absorbed the enemy commander's hemoanima, so why? I don't quite understand it myself, but if I were to make a highly educated guess, you took my power the first time you experienced these 100 days, right? And now you've done it here in this timeline as well. Time travel notwithstanding, you've absorbed my hemoanima twice. So there's twice as much of me inside you as there was before, enough for my consciousness to survive the process. Anything goes when it comes to hemoanima. I knew that all too well by now. But I still couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it, in spite of everything I'd done. Ada was still alive, inside of me. You know, this explains a lot, surprisingly. It explains almost all of the "we killed Ado." We kinda lost it a lot. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm just as disgusted by this as you are. Though I couldn't kill you after all. That all depends on your point of view. I'm just a spirit without a body now. I'm closer to you than ever, but I can't do a thing to hurt you. It's so frustrating having your hideous face right in front of me the whole time. It's like having an itch you can't quite scratch. You don't like it, why don't you just disappear? If only it were that simple. And what makes you think I'm the one who should disappear? In the cafeteria just now, I saw a bunch of copies of you. Did you do that? Have you been messing with my brain somehow? I'm glad you enjoyed that. It's actually more complicated than that, though. Let me put it in a way even your feeble mind can understand. You appear to have developed a cognitive disorder, Takumi. Cognitive disorder? That wasn't me you saw in the cafeteria. It was the other members of the Special Defense Unit. Your precious friends and allies. But now they all look like me to you. Even their voices and speech patterns are just like mine. When you absorbed my consciousness, it seems my defect was transferred to you as well. Who would have thought you'd try to kill me only to become just like me? Like a classic comedy, or maybe more like a tragedy for you. Not that I care. Never mind all that. How do I cure it? I wish I knew. When I was alive, even Siri couldn't do anything to make me any less defective. So I'm stuck with it. Everyone is going to look the same to me from now on. They're all going to look and sound like Ado. No way. I'll go crazy if I have to live like that. In that case, I have a suggestion. A little escape clause, if you will. What are you talking about? I have an awful lot of time on my hands floating around here inside your mind. So I thought up a little challenge for you. Challenge? You saw 4 of me in the cafeteria just now, right? But that's not all there is. Let's do a quick head count, shall we? Takamaru, Hiroko, Tsubasa, Gaku, Ima, Kako, Shoma, Zomi, Yugamu, and Moko. Not counting you or me, that makes 10 in all. There are currently 10 Edo Otsukis here at Last Defense Academy. Isn't that a lovely thought? Get to the point. Oh, you're so intense. Alright, have it your way. You see, I lied just now. There's actually an 11th Edo somewhere in the school as well. Huh? That one is nothing but an illusion. It's something I created with the part of my hemoenema I still have control over. An illusion? Why would you make something like that? That's just how much I hate you. You spared my life once, only to go back on that decision and kill me anyway. Consider this challenge my way of paying you back for that. Stop wasting time, just tell me what the challenge is. It's simple. Find the fake, figure out which of the 11 Eitos is an illusion, and kill him. If you can do that, the remnants of my consciousness will be erased and all disappear. That will also return your cognition to the way it was. What do you think? Easy, right? It's almost too good to be true. You don't think I believe that, do you? After everything you've lied about before? I wouldn't. It wouldn't be a fair challenge if I lied. I want to see you suffer and struggle with the rules I've created.
Oh.
Trust me. Besides, I'm pretty sure this is the only way for you to get rid of your disorder. This is just a trick to get me to attack the others, isn't it? You're not fooling me this time. There's even a chance of me hurting my friends. I'm out. I'll find a way to live with everyone looking like you. I offered you an olive branch, and you throw it back in my face. You really are a loathsome little creature, Takumi. Talk all you want, you're not going to change my mind. You're so stubborn. Alright, let's see how you deal with this. Ato snapped his fingers again the moment he did. Just like that, I was awake again. What's he going to do this time? I looked around the room uneasily. Then, before I knew what was happening, somebody flicked me in the forehead. Ow. Except it wasn't just an old somebody that did it. It was me. My hand had moved on its own and attacked me. What the? Oh no. No, it can't be. And just as suddenly as I'd woken up, I was falling asleep again.
Welcome back. You see how things stand now?
What was that? What did you do to me? Were you controlling my body?
We share a consciousness now, Takumi. It only follows that we'd share a body too.
Hi, Reed. We're having fun.
I'm still getting used to it. So that little flick is about all I can manage right now. Give me a couple of days and I'll be able to take total control of your body.
Total control? Then I can probably just make you kill those horrible friends of yours outright. Maybe I should try it. Who do you want to be our first victim? Why am I even asking? It has to be Nozomi. She's special to you, isn't she? Speaking as your closest enemy, I can tell. That doesn't seem very changed. No, it's lots of changed. We killed Ada and now he's in our brain. I can't wait to see the look on her face when you betray her trust and choke the life out of her. Stop it. There's only one way to stop me, Takumi. That's to erase my consciousness from inside you. Why would you even go to all this trouble? Why indeed? Maybe you'll understand when all this is over. Okay, fine. I'll do it. I'll accept your challenge or whatever. I didn't have to offer you this chance, you know. I'm doing you a favor here. Couldn't you act a little more grateful? Maybe say, please allow me to take your challenge instead. Please allow me to take your challenge. Wow, you actually said it. I was only kidding. You're so easy to fool, Takumi. It's no wonder I got the best of you in your last timeline. Alright, you have your task. Find the one fake among the 11, and you'll finally kill me for good. Just tell me one thing. Is there a way to tell them apart? Those four I saw in the cafeteria earlier all looked exactly like you. I think you're misunderstanding something, Takumi. I gave you this challenge, but I have no intention of helping you succeed. I'm certainly not about to give you any hint. One more thing. The illusion will disappear at night. Everyone's in their rooms at that time anyway. It would be too easy if you could just find the me that's still up and peg them as the fake. As for your time limit, at this rate, I'll probably take over your body on day 63. So you have until day 62 to come up with your answer. We include today, that's just 4 days. Better than being killed without giving you any chance at all, like you did to me. What do you say we get started? Work hard now, Takumi. Terrible things will happen if you fail. Killing your friends will only be the start. I'll probably go to the artificial satellite afterward and see what kind of carnage I can unleash there. Oh, well then, I'll sit back and watch for a while. If you need me, you know where to find me. With that, Eido snapped his fingers. And I was awake again, back to reality. Damn it. I still didn't want to believe it, but there was no denying it now. Eido had been telling the truth. He'd shown me he was capable of moving my fingers, and he'd only get more control from here on out. If he took over during a battle with one of my friends close by me, I've got no choice but to find the fake Eido. But how do I do that? I have to think this through. I've still got 4 days. I won't let him get away with this. First of all, I'll go talk to everyone and see if I can spot anything that seems off about them. I dashed out of my room and began looking for the different Eidos around the school. Oh, Takumi, are you okay? Did you need something? No matter how I looked at this is Eido. Obviously, I can't tell them apart on appearance alone. No, I just wanted to ask. Have you been feeling alright lately?
Oh.
Sure, I'm the same as ever. What about you? Are you feeling better now? Am I better now? Does this Eido know what happened in the cafeteria this morning? Was he one of the 4 I saw there, or has everyone else heard about it already? Even if he was there at the time, that doesn't prove he's not the fake. I can't tell them apart by sight. I'll have to figure this out based on what they all say. Yeah, I'm fine now. So where are you up to today? Today? Well, let's see. I thought I'd let you kill me. You regret killing me as quickly as you did, don't you? I'll bet you wanted to draw it out a little longer. A slapdash murder like that wasn't enough to satisfy your hatred, was it? You wanted to see me writhe in pain, crying and pleading for forgiveness. You wanted to torture me relentlessly again and again and again, until I begged for death. That's how you really wanted to kill me, isn't it? Now that I'm no longer registered in the Revival-matic, you'd have to get really creative to keep me right on the border of life and death. That's probably too much for a feeble brain like yours to handle. Would you like me to give you some ideas? The least I can do for my worst enemy. Sorry to disturb you. Oh, you're going already? Alright, see you around. Oh, it's not just sight and sound and smell. This disorder is even affecting how my brain processes what people say. Eido's probably sitting there in my head right now, twisting every word I hear. I had no idea he had that much control. If he can do that, there's not a lot of point in talking to anyone. No, there has to be a way. Something I've missed. Something he's missed. I'll go find someone else and see if I can figure it out. That was definitely Hiroko. This is probably Gaku. I found another Eido in the rec room and tried talking to him. Hey, have you got a minute? Hello, Takumi. You're looking particularly hideous today. Did you need something? I wanted to ask, how do you feel about me killing Eido? How do I feel? I know I'm the one who made the decision. But do you feel like I was wrong or like there was another way we could have dealt with him? If you do, then tell me. I honestly want to know. You promise you won't get mad? I promise. Tell me the truth. I can take it. Well, I do feel like there might have been another way. Killing him just felt like a step too far. Right. I thought you might say that. Eido may have been a traitor, but was still a member of our team. I know he might have escaped again, but we could have just kept an extra close eye on him this time, couldn't we? Hello, Inner Demon. Welcome in. Thanks. I've had it for, like, 15 years now. Yeah, probably around there. Ancient. You have some nice emotes there. A Moogle. Let's go. Probably. It was a popular anime. I guess. If we'd done that, you wouldn't have had to do what you did. And I do mean everyone, every last member of this rotten special defense unit. Oh, I somehow missed that. I wouldn't be in a position to kill everyone now. Such a pity. If you hadn't killed me, this would never have happened. Okay, thanks. I'll see you later. I thought maybe asking about Eito himself would give me some kind of clue. Felt like I was making progress at first, but I guess not. At least I know this approach won't get me anywhere. I've got to keep trying until I find something that works. I'll go try something different with someone else. I don't think we're gonna find the imposter. I found yet another Eito in the infirmary. Hey, what are you doing in here? Nothing in particular. I just felt like being alone for a while. Nice and quiet, and no one ever comes here, so I don't have to look at their abhorrent faces. Oh, sorry to disturb you. Do you have time to talk?
Oh.
Sure, why though? What's up?
Ah.
This is a weird question, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but what do you think of me? What do you mean, Takumi? I know it's awkward me asking you outright like this, but I really want to know. That's fine, I don't mind, but why are you asking now? I've just been feeling a little less confident in my decisions than usual lately. I want to step back and reevaluate myself. And I figured the best way of doing that would be to get an outside perspective. I see. I guess even people who seem to have it together have blind spots when it comes to themselves, huh? Yeah, so what do you think? Let me see. For starters, you are unquestionably our leader. Thanks to your experience from your last timeline, you're guiding us toward victory and keeping us safe. If it wasn't for you, we'd probably have been wiped out a long time ago. Thank you. Honestly, I had trouble believing you'd really come from the future. When I first met you, you seemed like just a regular guy. Then all of a sudden you started talking about time travel. It was like you were a different person. I guess that makes sense. You really proved yourself, though. You have a kind of strength no one else does. The strength to never give up. You keep moving forward no matter what sacrifices you have to make. Really, it's thanks to that strength that Darumi, Kyoshika, and Karara had to die. Thanks to your reckless choices, they all died meaningless deaths. As our leader, you can play fast and loose with our lives and never look back. You got the sweet end of the deal. Because you're team leader, nobody wants you to die. That means you never get exposed to any real danger. Things are nothing like the future you know anymore, but you still run around calling all the shots. You even get to choose who lives and who dies. You're the very embodiment of how heartless and cruel humanity is. Tell me, Takumi, have you decided who's going to die next? Thanks, that's all I needed to know. Trying to run from the truth, and after you got so mad at me for running away after I escaped my cage. The team leader gets away with anything, huh? But you can't run from me. After all, I'm already inside you. Fun. I left the infirmary with an exasperated sigh and headed back to my room. I don't think we're gonna find him. They're doing a remake of Rurouni Kenshin, if you haven't seen it yet, Demon. It's pretty good. Waiting for the next season. You kill them all. I mean, that's kind of what's gonna happen, most likely. I'm not making any progress. I can't give up, though. If I don't get rid of him, Ada will take over my whole body. I never expected killing him would make things even worse. Damn it, just how much trouble do you have to cause until you're satisfied? Would it have been better if I'd let him live, or should I have killed him right at the start? I can't get distracted with regrets. There's still stuff I can do, people I haven't spoken to yet. I spent the rest of the day talking to everyone I could find. Each time I wondered who the Ado standing in front of me really was, but no matter what tack I tried, I couldn't figure it out. And of course, they were all moving around throughout the day, making it even harder to tell them apart. Everywhere I looked, it was nothing but Ado Otsuki. I couldn't even tell if there were 11 of them or not. This challenge was going to be a lot more difficult than I thought. You think so? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, they're rushing it because they're shortening an anime that was over 100 episodes into, like, what, 72 at max? Even worse, every Ado I spoke to would hurl insults and painful home truths at me. He was trying to provoke me. He wanted me to lash out. I wasn't going to give him that satisfaction. I knew these were really my friends. The way they looked and sounded was just Ado messing with my head. I wouldn't do anything to hurt them. That's understandable. But if he took control, it wouldn't matter what I wanted anymore. I had to find the 11th Ado as soon as I could. Early that morning, I had a dream. No, not a dream. More like a conversation inside my subconscious.
You're doing great, Takumi. I had so much fun watching you struggle yesterday. I don't know what it was like in your last timeline, but I haven't talked to the others all that much this time around. I never had the chance, being shut up in my cage the whole time. I'm glad I'm getting to know them through you.
So from everyone else's point of view, they're just having a normal conversation with me?
Please, let's not talk shop. Consider this space neutral territory. While you're here, try to forget about the challenge and relax.
That's rich coming from you.
If you prefer, you could stay here forever. Just give your body and mind over to me entirely. Then I can get started on killing your abhorrent friends right away. Ado, I get why you hate me. I'm the one who killed you after all. But do the others deserve the same treatment? Some of them even tried to save you. Why do you hate them as well? Despite what you may think, we're not your enemies. We're all part of the Special Defense Unit. We're allies. If you hadn't betrayed us, everyone would have gone on believing that. What's your point? Would you try to convince someone with a severe phobia of cockroaches that they're actually very clean, intelligent creatures? I mean, he's got a point there. But we're not cockroaches. No, you're even worse, to me anyway. Your appearance, your voices, your smell, and of course, your ideologies. They're all utterly repulsive. You're all monsters, abominations that shouldn't be allowed to exist. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. I'm just seeing your true nature. Your cruel, selfish nature caring for nothing but your own survival. You trample over the peace of others even as you hide behind grandiose causes and ridiculous platitudes.
Huh?
The peace of others? Are you talking about the invaders? Curious now, are we? And yet none of you have even tried to uncover the truth. Admitting your mistakes can be scary after all. You claim to have killed me out of some misguided sense of duty, but actually, you were afraid of what I might tell you, weren't you? You killed me to keep me quiet, and denied your precious comrades any chance to learn the truth while you were at it. Or did you really just hate me that much? I'd almost forgotten what a waste of time talking to you is. Could you shut up now?
Oh.
Alright, we'll call this conversation to a close. We could be here chatting all day otherwise. Get going, Takumi. You know I love to see you struggle against the inevitable. Even if I am just a spirit now, I still expect you to keep me entertained. 3 more days. If I couldn't get rid of him by then, Ada would take full control of my body. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do it. I won't let that happen. I won't let him get away with this. I'll find him, and I'll kill him for good this time. I can't tell the fake by his appearance or by what he says. So what if I attacked someone just to test it? What am I saying? I can't do that. They're my friends. Except, well, maybe getting physical is the way to go. I might be able to feel some kind of difference. A physical way of telling people apart. A plan was starting to form in my mind, but I still needed to test it. I headed off to go find one of the Eitos. Hey, have you got a minute? Oh, hello, Takumi. What's up? I want to ask you a favor. I took a pen and a pad of sticky notes out of my pocket. I wrote the number 1 on one and peeled it off. This'll sound weird, but can you hold on to this for me? Huh? What is this? I'll explain later. Just stick it to your chest for now, okay? Please, it's really important. I don't know what's going on here, but I can tell you're serious about this. Alright, if that's what you want, I'll stick it on. That's great, thank you. I went and found another Eito, handing him a note with the number 2 on it. I need a favor, stick this on you. What's all this about? Are you playing some kind of game? No, I'm serious. I can't explain right now, but it's important. Just put it on, stick it on your chest or something, and don't take it off until I tell you to. Okay, if it's really that important. Thanks. What's up? What are you doing? Just give me a minute. I need to write this number. I'm busy. Did I stand up too fast? Takumi, is something wrong? No, I'm fine. Here, can you stick this on you for a while? I handed Eito a note with the number 3 on it. Okay. What is this, though? Is it a good thing? Very good. I'll explain everything later. Right now, I can't tell the difference between anyone in this school. My mind only perceives them as Eito. I can't even tell if there are 11 of them, let alone which one is the fake. So far as Eito's challenge went, I wasn't even at the starting line yet. That's when I hit on the idea of telling them apart in some physical, objective way. I was gonna hand everyone a note, each with a different number on it. That way I'd finally be able to tell them apart. It wouldn't tell me which one of them is an illusion, but it was a step in the right direction. I continued going around the school handing out sticky notes. Eventually I reached the 9th Eito. Hey, have you got a minute?
Oh.
What's up? I'd like to ask you a favor. I've got everyone else doing it too. Can I stick this on you? Somewhere I can see it, like on your chest?
Huh.
On my chest? What's this about?
Ah,
I can't explain right now, but I will later. Please, it's important. Well, I guess it's okay. I stuck the number 9 on the ninth Ado. That should do it. This dizziness again.
huh? Why? Why does it say 1 now?
Are you okay? Do you mind if I ask what this 1 is for?
We're not gonna do this at all. No, this can't be right. I wrote 9 on that note just now, didn't I?
You said you've asked everyone else to wear these, right? I've seen some of them around. Why do they all say 1, though? What's the point in giving us all the same number?
No, it can't be. This can't be happening.
Is Ado messing with my head again? I'm sure I wrote 9. I wouldn't make a mistake like that. But now this Ado is wearing a note with 1 on it. And so are all the others. So then, is he altering my perception to make all the numbers look the same? No, I won't believe it. Without thinking, I started running, as if I could run from the truth. Takumi, come on, tell me what's going on. Ado's consciousness existed inside my mind. I still hadn't figured out how all that worked. But a new and disturbing possibility had just occurred to me. He's inside my head. Does that mean he knows what I'm thinking too?
You know, for someone as dull-witted as you, that wasn't a bad plan. Did you figure out what happened yet?
It's not just my senses or perception you can mess with. You're beginning to control my body too. Like you did when you made me flick my forehead before. This time, you made me write 1 on all of those notes. Not only that, you made me see them as different numbers so I wouldn't realize anything.
Bravo! At first, I was going to maintain the illusion until you'd handed out all 11. But I got bored watching the same conversation over and over again. So I dropped it. Aren't I generous? That means you wasted less time. And your deadline's getting closer every minute.
You never told me you'd be actively sabotaging me.
I never said I wouldn't either. This is supposed to be a challenge, you know? Do you understand the meaning of that word? Of course the odds are against you, Takumi. That's the whole point.
I didn't realize just how unfair this challenge was. No matter what strategy I come up with, Ado can just control my eyes and hands to prevent me from using it. Isn't there any way for me to win? You're not giving up yet, are you? What are you going to try next? I even ask. You can tell what I'm thinking, right? Oh, please. You think I've been reading your thoughts to get the jump on you? I'd rather die than go poking around in your nasty little mind. I simply deduced the kind of plan you'd come up with, that's all. You're probably considering getting everyone together in one place for your next attempt. No one else can see the illusion, so you're thinking you can figure out which one isn't really there that way. But that won't work. It would be a simple matter for me to alter your perception of everyone's reactions. And you'd be no better off than before. I'd advise against asking Siri for help too. Why? Would that be inconvenient for you? More for you than for me. What would you even tell him? The truth? That after you killed me, my consciousness was transferred into you along with my disorder? And that I'm going to take control of your body in a few days? Siri dismissed me as defective. Tried to get rid of me. You stopped him the first time. But he can't lock me in a cage now. What do you think he'll do if he finds out I'm still alive? He'll judge you to be defective as well, a threat to humanity, to be disposed of. I hated to admit it, but Ada was right. I'm the one who made the decision to kill Ado, but Sire had wanted to get rid of him for a long time before that. He'd treat me the same way, there was no doubt about it. I'm glad you finally see it my way. Besides, this is a challenge between you and me. Bringing in outsiders would ruin the fun. I've still got 2 days left. You haven't won yet, Ado. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait to see what you'll try next. I don't know how I'm going to sleep. With that, Ado snapped his fingers. And I fell into a deep sleep. I don't think we're winning this challenge. In a few more days, he'll be able to control my body completely. If it gets that point, if I've run out of options and still can't win, that's when I'll ask Siri for help, even if he does kill me. It's better than letting Ado take over. But I'll only do that as a last resort. I've foiled Ado's plans before, I can do it again. This isn't over. $60.
Today is your 60th. Honestly, I'm kind of. Anyway, for you. Okay! Huh?
Never mind making it to day 100. I still need a way to survive past day 62. Before then, I need to kill Ado. I went into the bathroom to wash my face and spent a while looking at my reflection in the mirror.
Who are you? No, it's fine. I'm Takumi Sumino. I'm still me.
Oh, yep, this definitely ties into the other timelines. I can't get overwhelmed now. That's what Ada wants. I start showing weakness, he'll seize on it and take control even faster.
That's not going to happen. I won't let him beat me.
There's still so much I have to do. I have to protect everyone. I have to save humanity. I can't waste time playing Ado's games. He claimed to hate this world, but he's still clinging to it. Maybe he's not as strong-willed as I thought. You're dead now, Ado. You need to let go.
Huh?
You're still determined to disrupt us. If you keep posing a threat to humanity's future, I'll kill you as many times as it takes. I've already got a plan for today. Hey, do you want to do some training together? You want to train with me? Alright, but why are you looking so intense all of a sudden? Is that a no? No, I'm just a little surprised is all. Should I meet you in the training room? No, just grab an infuser and let's get right to it. We're using infusers. Yeah, come on, show me what you've got. Uh, hey, Takumi. What is it? Why are we using our infusers? And why are we doing this in the gym instead of the training room? Consider it practical training. There's no telling when there might be another attack. Veshnas is more powerful than ever now. We have to get stronger too. Don't worry, I won't hurt you, I promise. But in return, I want you to attack like you're trying to kill me. What? This training is to help us fight the invaders. We have to get used to fighting without holding back. And if anything goes wrong, the Revival-Matic will bring us back. Everything will be fine. You've got nothing to be afraid of. Takumi, I don't know about this. What's wrong? Let's start our training session. No, I think I'm going to pass. What? Why? I just don't feel like it right now. Can't we do it some other time? You don't feel like it? When the invaders attack, you don't get a choice. I know, but that's different. We don't really have to do this. But we need to train. What's wrong with you today, Takumi? You're acting so weird. I'm fine, just do what I tell you. Activate your hemoanima. I don't want to. Just then, there was the sound of hurried footsteps outside, and the doors to the gym flew open.
Hey.
Stop it, Takumi. Dragging someone into a mock battle just because you had a little disagreement? What are you thinking? Damn, this isn't how it was supposed to go. You haven't been yourself lately. Should ask Siri if there's anything he can do to help you? Oh, they really did not look at some of these lines. No, don't do that. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Then why are you being so hostile all of a sudden? Please, I need someone to fight me. I won't hurt you. I'll stop all my attacks right before they connect, but you have to fight me seriously. If we want to beat Veshnus, we have to do this. This is really going to help us against Veshnus. It is, I promise. Alright, if it's that important, you can spar with me instead of Eito. Really? I'll help too. If it's to defeat Veshnus, we don't have a lot of choice. I know you said you'd stop your attacks, but be sure and dodge ours too, okay? You're all in. Thanks so much, guys. You have no idea how much this is going to help me. It hadn't gone as smoothly as I wanted, but now I was facing 3 Eitos in a mock battle all at once. I wasn't crazy. I really wasn't planning to hurt any of them. Eito was manipulating my perception, so I couldn't tell any of my friends apart. I couldn't rely on sight or vision anymore. I had too much control over them. Oh, why? They should have looked at these a little closer. Those are the same thing. But what if I concentrated on my body instead of my mind? Specifically, the sensation of being hit by a special attack. I wouldn't be surprised if Eito could make everyone's class weapon look like his scythe. But they'd still feel different when they hit me. Guns, bladed weapons, mechanical weapons, they'd all cause different kinds of damage and leave different injuries. I couldn't rely on my perception of other people, I just used my own body as a guide instead. Alright, here we go. Remember, no holding back. Fight me like you mean it. My plan was simple. Once the mock battle got going, I'd take everyone's attacks on purpose. Eito could control what I saw and heard, but he wouldn't be able to do anything about physical damage. I'd be putting myself in danger, but at least I still had the Revival-matic to fall back on. If this worked for the 3 Eitos I was fighting now, I could do the same for all the others next. Then I'd finally be able to tell who was who. But what happened to the first one we saw?
Here we go!
Right before the attack hit, my arm moved to deflect it. Not bad, Takumi. You made that look easy. Let's try it again. Attack me. This time I won't defend. I'll take the attack, just like I planned.
Now it's my turn!
You blocked me too. You're really doing well today, Takumi. What's the matter? Why do you look so surprised? I didn't mean to block. Both times I'd been trying to take damage. My sword arm was moving on its own. I couldn't stop it. Okay, one more time. Do your best to hit me. Okay, here goes. I did my very best to leave myself open to my opponent's attack. He took the opportunity I'd created and charged forward. How's this? But the result was the same as before. I knocked the attack away without meaning to. My arm moved in ways I never thought it could, and all without any input from me. Every time an attack came at me, it automatically took action to protect me. After about 30 minutes of trying, my sparring partners got tired out and had to call it a day. I apologized to them for all the trouble and hurried back to my room before they could ask any awkward questions. No, he actually does not mean to do that. We're being controlled. Ado now has control of our whole arm. We are not gonna make it very long here. I'm guessing I have you to thank for that.
I have to hand it to you this time, Takumi. Intentionally getting hurt to tell people apart by the nature of their attacks was a stroke of genius. It's the kind of idea only someone in as desperate a situation as yours could come up with. I think it might just be the intellectual high point in your otherwise mediocre little life. But in case you forgot, I'm a part of you now. When you get hurt, I feel your pain. And I can't have that.
That's okay. You are, 139 hours late to the party here. But this timeline can be summed up easily. We killed this guy, and he has now infected our brain. We now share one body and mind, where we see him as everyone, and we have to figure out which one's a fake. Right now, we are inside our brain talking to the real Eito.
Huh?
How long have you been able to make my body do that?
Huh.
Is my control spreading faster than you expected? I guess that's just how compatible you and I are. What a stomach-churning prospect. Even so, I won't allow you to get hurt. I'll block any attack whether you like it or not. This body belongs to both of us now. I don't want anything happening to it.
Oh,
Have you noticed how nervous everyone is getting around you? They're not going to keep putting up with your requests much longer. But of course, if you tell them the truth, Siri is bound to catch wind of it.
hmm.
That happens, it'll all be over for you. You'll just be another defect that needs eliminating. If I get eliminated, you'll disappear too. That's some consolation. Thinking of sacrificing yourself, don't bother. You could never pull off such a noble act.
Uh-huh.
You're more the type to sacrifice others. You'll cast aside anything and anyone for the sake of your own survival, even the natural flow of time.
Huh.
That's the kind of person you are, Takumi. That's how you make your choices. By thinking only of yourself.
Hmm.
But what if the choices you've made have gotten your friends killed? It was all for the greater good, right? So long as you get your second chance, anything goes. Isn't that right? Well, it's been fun, but I think we'll call it a day here. Controlling your body so much has tired me out. I need to get some sleep. Ada brought our conversation to a close with a snap of his fingers. The next thing I knew, everything went white, and then... Damn it. I punched the wall in frustration. What am I supposed to do? All of this, it's all Eido's fault. If only he weren't around. Why did I ever let him live, after everything he did last time? I should have known better. I should have killed him when I had the chance. I should have made it so he'd never come back to haunt me. I should have killed him stone dead. No regrets. No mercy. Kill, kill, kill. Lots of kills. Oh, like, lots of them. Not gonna say those all.
Huh?
I'll kill him. I'm going to kill Eito. Somehow I drifted off to sleep, my head still seething with murderous rage. Yep, we're gonna start killing our friend. He's not even gonna take control of us. Just one day left.
You're a genius. You know that, Takumi? To keep failing to kill me like this takes real talent. Or do you just like me so much that you want to keep playing? Of course, the mere thought you might feel any affection toward me makes me want to vomit. But I'm getting quite comfortable living here in your head. Pretty soon, your whole abominable body will be mine to do with as I please. Are you listening, Takumi? I haven't done anything to your hearing yet.
I'm almost out of time. If I can't find the fake Ado today, he'll take over once and for all. Then he won't just be my problem anymore. Everyone will be in danger. I have to stop him, one way or another.
Huh?
You're not going to win, Ado. I will stop you. Good luck with that. It wasn't like I had some brilliant new plan. Even if I did, Ada would see through it anyway. This game had been rigged in his favor from the very start. Come to think of it, was there even an 11th Ada at all? For all I knew, he just made it up so he could have fun watching me suffer. Even if he had been making it up, the part about him needing time to take over is still true. That means I still have a chance. He can try and stop me, but I'll try everything I can right up until the end. I wish I didn't have to do this alone, but everyone's a potential suspect. Maybe there is one person who can help me think of something. She's not human, so the disorder probably won't affect my perception of her. Yeah, we're going to Ada. Okay. Fine, we'll walk. Good morning, Takumi. How are you feeling? Are you ready to give Ado your body? Oh boy. Takumi, let's go destroy humanity together. They're nothing but a plague on this planet. They all deserve to die. This floor? No. You realize you're going crazy, right? I'm worried about you. You know, because you're so crazy. Want to hear a secret? Last Defense Academy isn't even on Earth. We were the invaders all along. We attacked this planet, and now we're trying to wipe out its people. Did I miss it? I think I did. I knew it. Ava still looks like Ava to me. She's an invader, not a human, so Ado's disorder can't change the way I see her. Hi, Ava. Are you still carrying Nigo around? Yes, I don't know why, but it just feels right. I'm sorry we couldn't save him. It's not your fault. Besides, Nigo died protecting Sire. That means his sacrifice wasn't in vain. Ava, do you still hate Ado for killing Nigo? I don't think I know how to hate. But if Ado were still alive, if he were here right now, what would you do then? I don't know. I didn't feel good about what I was about to do. It basically amounted to exploiting Ava's feelings for Nigo for my own ends. But there was no other way. She was the only one Ado couldn't warp my perception of. Ava, I need your help, but you can't repeat what I'm about to say to anyone. Not even Siri. Understood. If that is your order, I will obey. Ava nodded in agreement, and I began to speak. I told her everything that had happened since I absorbed Eitos' hemoanima and ended up with a portion of his consciousness. How he spoke to me inside my head, and how his disorder had manifested in me, making all my teammates look and sound just like him. Lastly, I went over the challenge he had set me, and my search for the one fake Eito hiding somewhere in the school. The time limit was getting closer, and if I couldn't win Eido's little game, he'd take over my body completely. But if Siri got to know about it, he'd probably just kill me. Ava listened to it all in silence, her face devoid of any emotion. This must sound pretty crazy, right? You probably don't believe me. No, if it is your order, I will believe you. Okay, great. That's good. What is your next order? Should I help you to find the illusion? Yes, please. I'd like you to come talk to everyone with me. I'm hoping we'll run into someone that only I can see. That's how we'll know who the fake is. So be honest about who or isn't there, alright? Understood. I will do my best to be of use to you. Thanks, Ava. And about what you said earlier. I don't know about hate, but listening to you just now, I felt the urge to stop Mr. Otsuki from getting his way. Is it alright for me to feel this emotion? Perhaps we should get started. Come on, Mr. Samino. When I let Ava out of her cage, she immediately began walking toward the hallway. I fell in step behind her, and then... Yeah, that sounds about right.
Huh? Ava, are you okay? What's wrong? What the? Where did this knife come from?
So much blood. And Ava's not registered in the Revivomatic. If I don't do something to save her quick...
You're too late, Takumi.
Suddenly, I heard Eido's voice coming out of nowhere. No, that's not right. It was more like I was hearing him inside my head.
There's no coming back from a wound like this. A clean, direct hit to the heart.
That's definitely in the shoulder, but okay.
That's how you killed her, Takumi.
You... How did you pick up this knife without me noticing?
Apparently, we've become so close that I can control your body when you're unconscious.
You mean, while I was sleeping, you...
This is your own fault, you know? Did you really think I wouldn't account for that prisoner's presence? I've been hoping I get a chance to kill her and take her out of the equation.
If she had been a little further away when you two were talking, I never would have had the opportunity.
Until you helpfully lured her out for me. And now the threat is gone.
So that's why he didn't do anything weird today. He was waiting for me to talk to Ava so he could kill her.
Are you just going to stand there? Shouldn't you get rid of the body?
Get rid of it?
You're going to be in big trouble if anyone sees you like this. They're already suspicious because of how you've been acting. You don't want Sire interrogating you or peeking into your head with his strange machines, do you? If he finds out, you're the same as me.
Shut up! Quit talking in my head!
The worst thing was, Ada was right. People were bound to notice if Ava suddenly disappeared. But if anyone found out I'd killed her, I'd be next on Sire's hit list. I only had one choice, hide all evidence of what I'd done.
I'm so sorry, Ava. This is all my fault. I should never have got you involved.
I took Ava's body to a lonely corner of the schoolyard. Fortunately, nobody saw me. Once I was far enough away, I dug a hole and buried her. In my head, I apologized to her over and over again, while also cursing Eito. Finally, I snuck back to my room and took off my blood-stained clothes and got into the shower. Ava was dead. Eito had taken control and made me stab her. I should have known something like this would happen. Why didn't I see it coming? I just killed one of my allies. And now that Ava was gone, I had no chance of finding the fake Eito. There was even one way to find. If there even was one to find. Was I going to lose? Was this how it all ended? Was Eito going to be the new Takumi?
I am Takumi Sumino.
I'm Takumi Sumino. I'm Takumi Sumino. I'm not Eito Otsuki. Not Eito Otsuki. Takumi Sumino. Not Eito Otsuki. Not Eito Otsuki. Takumi Sumino. I didn't sleep a wink that night. I couldn't risk him taking over again. I just sat and waited for the next day to arrive. Zero days left. Today was my final deadline.
Well, the big day is finally here. Today will decide your future. And mine. I feel like we should celebrate. Have you got any party poppers? Don't worry. Even if there aren't any, I can still make you hear them. Still feels a little lacking, don't you think? Our fun little challenge is finally at an end. We really ought to do something to mark the occasion. How do you like that? Takumi's inevitable mental breakdown is filmed before a live studio audience. Yes, we're starting to strike the right mood now. Don't you think so, my abominable friend?
I don't care.
Oh, you're no fun. This is my way of being considerate, you know. The result of our competition's a foregone conclusion. Even you can't have failed to grasp that. I want you to feel good one last time before I crush you completely. So you think you've already won? Does it feel strange to have someone you killed claiming victory over you? Think about it, though. Didn't I surrender a little too quickly? Would the Eito Otsuki, you know, have given up on exterminating humanity that easily? Wouldn't I have some cunning plan in place so I could get away in the event of my failure? Are you saying you got taken prisoner on purpose? I knew if anyone was going to kill me, it would have to be you. And you already absorbed me once in a previous timeline. What would happen if you did it again? I knew the Hemo Anima would react in some way. I decided to gamble on that possibility. You don't mean that. You're a realist. You'd never stake your life on something unless you were sure it would work out in your favor. Well, it's all moot at this point anyway. Your time is just about up. All that's left is for you to give me your final answer. What do you say, Takumi? Have you found the 11th Eito? Wait. I found him. I don't know what that means. You know, Eito, I had you all wrong. I thought you were going to twist the rules just like you twisted my perception. It would be so easy for you to put me in a situation where I couldn't possibly win. But now I think about it, that's not what you would really want. What do you mean by that? It wouldn't be enough for you to just steal my body. You didn't give me a fair chance to win. Watching me struggle wouldn't have been nearly so satisfying for you. Without that, your victory, your revenge, would lose all meaning. That's why I'm sure you actually did create a fake 11th you, to beat me within the rules you set. Interesting. You know me so well, Takumi. It's disgusting, really. But that doesn't mean you found the 11th me, does it? Ava was your last hope. And she's dead and gone now. It's true. I failed to find the fake within the time limit. But everyone looking the same to me... With everyone looking the same to me, there was no way I could tell who was real and who was fake. I was desperate to find some method of telling them all apart. By that point, I'd already fallen into your trap. What do you mean? Even if I just guessed at random, there'd be a chance I'd find the fake by accident. You couldn't allow that, so you came up with a countermeasure. The 11th Eitos been in the same place all along, the one place I never thought to look. Oh, and where is that? Some place I totally ignored. Somewhere no one has any reason to go. Your room. Oh. Nobody's used it since you were captured on day 2. Everyone just ignores it. It's the perfect blind spot. That's where you've been hiding the fake. It's somewhere I'd never look, but it still follows the rules of him being somewhere in the school. I'm going there now. If I'm right, I'll see you there. The fake you, that is. And once I cut him down, this game will be over. You lose, Eito. I honestly did not think about that. I was thinking it would be us. It'll be okay. I figured out the answer. I have to believe in myself. Hello, Takumi. I was wondering when you were going to get here. He's here. I knew it. I was right. I win, Eito. Huh? I took out the knife that had killed Ava and stabbed the fake Eito with it. We went into the wrong room. You thought I wouldn't believe you, didn't I? That's why you lost. Why? Eito slumped forward and fell to the ground. I did it. I found the fake Eito and killed him. I've won the game. Now the Eito inside my head will disappear. Wait a minute. I killed the fake, so why isn't it fading away? Eito's body was still on the floor in front of me, a pool of blood spreading out beneath it. Why? It's perfectly simple. That wasn't the fake. What? But it had to be. Who else could it be? Why would anyone else be in your room? Oh look, they're holding one of those notes you handed out. Maybe that will give you your answer. Note? It was true. The Eito on the ground was holding a note with the number 1 on it. This is from when I was trying to tell everyone apart. Huh? There's something on the back. I turned over the note, an uneasy feeling rising in my stomach. Come to Eito's room on day 62. Wait for me inside. I'll explain everything later, but don't tell anyone about this until I do. No. Did you do this? You're the one who wrote it, Takumi. I just tweaked your perception a little so you wouldn't notice. I really had no idea. I did a masterful job hiding it, if I do say so myself. So, even back then, when I was writing these notes, you knew I'd come here. Give me some credit, Takumi. By the time you think of anything, I'm already 2 steps ahead. I just didn't want to do anything to draw your attention to it and risk making you suspicious. Then, who is this? I looked down at the Eito sprawled at my feet. He was still alive, but it looked like he might breathe his final breath at any moment. Who could it be? Who do you think I chose? It can't be. I did this to one of my friends? Including the prisoner. That makes 2 victims so far. 3 if you count me. I'm going to kill you, Eito. Yes, that's it. That's the look I wanted to see on your face, Takumi. I wanted you to feel the same kind of hatred that I do for all of humanity. Face it, you were never cut out to be a hero. You're like me. Hate is what drives you. But I'm nothing like you.
Hey.
You're exactly like me. The fact that you killed me without listening to what I had to say is proof of that. Shut up, shut up, shut up. We definitely just killed Nozomi. Why so angry, Takumi? Did I touch a nerve? Eito, you're dead. Takumi, why?
There you go, you've done it again.
Done what?
You think I only gave that note to one of the others? And there was no time specified on it, remember? It's just a coincidence that she was the first one to show up.
She?
Whoops, did I give it away? So, what are you going to do now? You stabbed two of your very dearest friends.
They're not dead yet. And we still have the Revive-O-Matic, so...
This is for sure a wow. Wonderful. I can feel the power surging through me. What did you do? The bodies had now become dried up, blackened mummies.
Stealing your friend's hemoanima, Takumi? That's crossing a line.
He took control of my arm and absorbed their hemoanima.
How could you make me do that?
Now they can't ever be brought back to life. You can't fix this, Takumi. You're a killer, a murderer, a traitor. I said you were just like me, but I think you might actually be worse. Eito. I have to kill him. Kill, kill, kill. I'll kill you, Eito. Takumi, why are you covered in blood? Eito, I'll get him this time. It's over. Eito shriveled into a mummy and slumped down dead. What are you doing, Takumi? Something's wrong with him. We have to get out of here. Eito, you won't get away from me. Takumi, how could you? I'll kill you. I have to kill you. Two more mummies fell to the ground. Too bad. Neither of those were the fake. And there is a fake me, just like you said. I want to win this fair and square. You said it's over just now. What is it over for me? Or for you? My mind was being choked by pure, unfettered hatred. There were no thoughts in my head anymore, just the desire to kill Eito. And everywhere I looked, there he was. I stabbed him, slit his throat, absorbed his hemoanima so he could never come back. But every time, his presence only got stronger. And so did my hate. He's in this school somewhere. I'll find him and kill him. I won't stop until he's gone for good. What the? What's going on? Why are you... My trusty sword in my hand, I killed Eito again and again. But I still hadn't found the fake. All the bodies still looked like Eito. He was still alive. This wouldn't go away until he was gone for good. I'll kill you, Eito Otsuki. I'll destroy everything that you are. Yes, that's it. I did this all for you, you know, to help you become the real you. Shut your damn dirty mouth. Oh, so scary. You're really letting the hate take over now. But it's still not enough. Your blade will never reach me like that. Embrace it even further, Takumi.
Hey.
Give in to hate. The strongest emotion of them all. The one that unites you and me. I'll kill you. Yes, kill me. Fill me with your hatred. I will. That's right, I will. Sure. I didn't know that we're gonna branch off again. You didn't need to tell me. Of course I'm going to kill you. I'll kill you, no matter what the cost. I will kill you. And I did. I killed Eito as painfully and thoroughly as I could. At some point, the sensation of swinging my sword faded away. I'd become one with my hatred. There was nothing else. My vision was filled with red. I couldn't even see Eito anymore. I wasn't done yet. There was still more I had to do. Still another Eito to kill. Oh. Samina, what are you? At the same moment, Sirai's body was torn in half. The bomb inside my body detonated and I blacked out. But that didn't matter. So long as I destroyed Sirai in a single blow, my death is inconsequential. Because the Revival-matic will bring me right back afterwards. I taught you that, didn't I?
Now I've absorbed everyone's hemoanima. I have nothing to fear from anything outside the wall. The last one. He has to be here somewhere. I'm going to tear him apart!
You really hate me that much, don't you? How wonderful. I'm so glad that I get to share this hatred I've been carrying all my life with you, Takumi. That's what I really wanted. All this time. I wonder why our hatred is so strong. Where does this emotion come from? I guess we'll just have to figure it out together. You and I are one now, after all. Like a clear, empty field, lit by a pale blue moon.
Huh. Interesting ending. Multiple Eitos wrote Eternal Hate. "49 clears. Wow. Well, that's all the time I got. But tomorrow we will continue. And clear out all of the Eitos, most likely. I think the next one is Takumi definitely kills himself. Or it's one of the endings, at least. Let's see. Who's live that I want to raid? Sure, we can raid this one, I suppose. Alright, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. As I said, tomorrow, more the 100 line. We're gonna continue trying to knock out stuff. Definitely do not think we're gonna finish this in time. Unless all of a sudden we hit every timeline that's like 5 minutes. Which apparently there's some, but there's longer ones left too. Let's see. We're definitely in a crazy timeline, that's for sure. But we'll see how it goes tomorrow. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, and I'll see you guys next time.